If the policymaker is very open about what they're trying to do and how they're trying to do it, and they fail to deliver what is promised, then there's nowhere to hide. If you've shared all this information with the public and inflation hasn't come down, then you stand condemned by your own evidence, really, by the information that you've released. And one could argue that again, agents knowing that there is this potential for high reputational damage, in other words, the policymakers put themselves in the position where if they fail they are going to look very foolish, means that the public is more inclined to believe the policymaker because they've put themselves in this risky position. So there is a reputational damage type argument that the policymaker is under greater pressure to deliver if they are simultaneously being transparent. My own view from reading the literature for many years is that I think probably if we lost some of the features, the so-called features of independence, frankly it wouldn't matter very much. I'd be very sorry to lose the emphasis on transparency that has developed over the last 20 years, and the Bank of England has done a fantastic job. Well, so too other central banks, but the central banks together have done a wonderful job in making information available to the general public and to professionals and to academics, and I think it would be very unfortunate if we lost that. But as for some of the so-called features of independence, I'm not so sure that that matters terribly much. And interestingly, if we're talking about this at the end of 2012, I mean, recent developments have suggested that some of those features are disappearing anyway. The responsibility for banking supervision is going back to the Bank of England, which we said earlier had been removed in 1997 because of the potential conflict of interest. And the policy of quantitative easing certainly threatens the perception of independence on the part of the central bank. So, but both of these things have happened, have developed, or in the process of developing, and I haven't heard anyone getting terribly excited about the negative effects on independence. It's gone very quiet. So I think, you know, there may be perhaps a sort of, well, a better sense of realism perhaps than there has been for the last 20 years or so, that some of the stories about independence are frankly exaggerated and shouldn't perhaps have been given the emphasis that they had been. But credibility is certainly critical.